Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Best African Electronic Surgery. And let's fix something quickly. This is the last day of the month, and yeah, that's time. So we do have a Acer laptop here. This Acer laptop is coming from a lecturer at a tertiary education who is specializing in IT. You know, eh, many people get lost, especially with electronics. They think if I go to a college or a university, I study IT, I'll be able to fix things. It doesn't work that way. What you learn there is theory, and what we are doing here is practical. This is a job from an IT lecturer. He failed to fix his laptop, but let's try to help him. So this is Acer Aspire 3-A 315-32 series. That's the model of this Acer laptop. Came in as no power. And what is on top on this box? This is some kind of electric screwdriver. So I'll use this. I received this package from AliExpress today. I ordered it last week. It only took 2 weeks to come. What happened with my old electric screwdriver? It just stopped rotating. And I believe the motor inside is dead. I tried to open, but there was no joy. So that's my old electric. What I did, I just put a normal bit here. I insert glue, I'll stick, I'll use it. I'm now using this as a manual screwdriver instead of electric. So, it's very slow. So let's see what we have. We have to use this electric screwdriver to fix this laptop. That's what we have to use here. This is not a review. Don't get it wrong. I'm just showing you how a 18 US dollar electric screwdriver looks like. What is here? Charging base. This looks like this some kind of pro screwdriver. This is beautiful. Look how it is. Wow. That's the screwdriver. We have that thing for taking SIM card trays, sorry. We have a lot of bits here. Okay. So I believe our bit is this one. This is some kind of classic. So how this is charging? We have to insert it here. And you put it on charger. USB Type-C charger. This is a classic. Anyway, let's try to fix this. Yeah, it's working nice. Let's go some lights. Lights off, lights on. Yeah, it's working. It is working. This laptop has got few screws. Maybe they tried to do repair attempt, but obviously the repair attempt was unsuccessful. So let's take out all the screws. This is a nice tool. It will save time. We forgot to test the laptop. So how we are going to test this laptop? Let's use, like usual, let's use the DC power supply and see how this laptop is behaving. I'll plug the cable here. You can see it's set on 19.69 volts, around 3.3 amps. So I'll connect the power supply. I just want to see the behavior of this laptop. 2 milliamps. Where's the power button? Here, pressing the power. It's changing. 6 milliamps. 6 milliamps. 1, 2, 6. And nothing. It's not turning on. It's not showing charging light. It's just dead. So we have to get inside. We have to get inside. We have one more screw here. How this is supposed to be opened. The back cover is coming out. That's the laptop. The laptop looks fine. But it seems someone once fixed this before. So what is here? It seems as if someone tried to do something here. The battery connector. The battery is not connected. We have these wires which I don't know where they are coming from and where they are going. We have this wire. Look, the RAM is just out of the socket. So it's quite terrible here. It's quite terrible. So someone tried to fix this before. And these wires, where they are coming from. You can see these wires. They are coming to the USB ports. Probably the person was trying to fix 5 volts to the USB. Maybe. Okay, let's plug back the battery. Let's insert the RAM memory. 2 gig DDR3. Let's plug the power supply. We want to check some voltage, where our power is going. We have to know where the power is going. We have to know where our power is going. So diode, no volts on the charging port. We have 19.7. Here we have 2 coils. Maybe you can see. We have like 2 coils here. We have like 2 coils here in some capacitors. 0 here. So the 19 volts is not present. But on the charging port we have voltage. Let's unplug the charger. Diode mode. We have some capacitors here. 0. What about the other capacitor? 0. We have some other capacitors here, ceramic capacitors. You know those ceramic capacitors on the input of every power supply. Let's check here. 0, 0. So we have a problem. We have a problem. Let's check out the motherboard and try to find out. I can't see the input MOSFETs. So we have to take out the motherboard. Let's see now. Charging port, charger plugged. Let's check some power again. Volts. Where's our 19 volts? 19 volts, 90.75. You can see here. On the other side, we have this MOSFET. 0. On the inductor, we have 19.6. That's the input of this MOSFET. On this motherboard, it's a different configuration. We have this diode. You know that diode before the input MOSFET. In case of shorting the charger plus or minus, this diode will die to protect the circuit. We have the diode before the MOSFET. We have this MOSFET. And after the MOSFET, we have the current sensor. This is different schematics. So what I will do, unplug the charger. Let's check on the current sensor. Is shorted to ground. Let's go on a microscope. 1 second. Let's go on a microscope. 1 second. Let's see what we have here. This is the input circuit. That's the input circuit. So on the input, we do have this. This looks like it's an inductor, double inductor. And here we have 19 volts. Here we have 19 volts. And on the input, we have 19. On the output, we have 0. And if I'm to check few things, so let's just inspect the motherboard. This is the input. We have this current sensor here. That's the current sensor. We have the chip. IT8975E. That's the microcontroller. Okay. On the other side, what do you have on this motherboard? You can see this glue thing. Someone once worked here, but it's not me. This board is stuck with some glue. Check here. More glue here. Another glue here. Here we have power supply. I checked on these capacitors. You see these capacitors? They are reading a short. Why? Because I believe they are connected on the 19 volts power line. And I also checked here. What? Check this capacitor. What do you think about this? There's no need to test. Let's take down this capacitor. This capacitor is not right. This one. Let's take down this capacitor quickly, because those capacitors, they are connected on the 19 volts power line. So if the capacitor is shorted, it's very possible for the laptop to not turn on. So let's check out the capacitor and test for short there. The capacitor is out. Let's test for short. And that's bad. We still have short. Why? Let's check the capacitor that we took out. So this capacitor is still good. 0 0. You can hear the sound of the multimeter. This capacitor is shorted, but taking out the capacitor, we still have a problem. So what I want to do, I want to replace that capacitor, and we'll try to move on searching on other faults. So this board has got more than one fault. This board has got more than one fault. Let's replace the capacitor. That's beautiful. So now the question is, why we still have a shorted main power rail? Why? Let's check here. Let's check here on these capacitors where we replaced one. Check here. 0 0. We still have a short here. 0 here. 0 0. So now on the current sensor, where's the current sensor? Here. That's the input section on the current sensor. Is 0. So let's lower the voltage and try to play with power supply. Like usual, I'll drop the voltage to 9 volts and it comes straight on the current sensor. Here. Let's see what is taking that current. I can't feel anything. 4 amps. Something here. I'll show you. You see this area, something here. Here is getting warm, but I think it's on the other side of the board. Here. Huh? Which area? Hmm? You know what? Let me test one more time. Let me test one more time. Four amps voltage drop to 1 volts. No, it's here. It's this side. Here. Something is getting warm here. Hmm? And this looks like a power supply. Huh? This looks like a power supply. Here, it's getting... Something is getting warm here. This MOSFET drain to source. The MOSFET looks good. And source to drain. Source to gate, sorry. Source to gate. It's not shorted, so it's not the MOSFET. I was about to swear that is a MOSFET. What is on the other side of the board? On the other side of the board, what is here? Hmm? We have some glue sticks. Why the person stuck this board with so much glue? What was the idea behind? Huh? Trying to insulate. What is behind this thing? Let's take out the RAM. Oh, why? Huh? Check what is here. This looks like another capacitor. Huh? Why? Why like to have double capacitors shorted at the same time? I never found something like that. Trust me. Hmm? And I don't understand why. Yeah, even the cable here. I think something happened to the cable that was put by the customer. You see here, the cable. This cable is. Check how this cable is here. This is a blown up cable. So I think something happened to this cable which was put by someone which you don't know. Huh? And here we have a problem here. We have a very big problem. Hmm? The problem is very big. Yeah, it's because of the cable. You can see. Check this wire. This one. This wire is blown up. You see this wire? But this wire, I believe, is carrying some power. And something bad happened on this motherboard. So now the problem is now visible. Check that capacitor. Hmm? Check the capacitor. Hmm? This is the second capacitor on same board with same problem. The capacitor is out. Replacement. We need a proper replacement. Let's replace the capacitor. The capacitor is now in place. Cleaning the body. Nothing is in place. The capacitor just move away. Huh? I need a capacitor. I need a proper ceramic capacitor here. Let's do it now. That's perfect. Perfect. We've done it the right way now. So, checking for short. No short on those capacitors which we checked before. And there's no more short. So, I think it's time to test. What do you think? What about testing? There's nothing to clean here. Nothing to clean up. So let's put back all this motherboard. But what I will do, I'll remove these wires. Only if the issue is about the 5 volts driver, we'll try. What do I need here? If the issue is about 5 volts driver, maybe the USB are not working. I will have to explain to the customer. Obviously, it's a different job. If it's like that case, I will explain to the customer so that you will pay separate charge for fixing USB ports. You don't fix USB ports by putting a wire. Huh? Why should you put a wire? I don't understand why. So what do we need here? We need to connect few things just to test the motherboard to see if the motherboard is still responding. If the motherboard is responding, we can move on to fix the USB ports. So, do you think the laptop will work? Yeah, that's usually what happened when you try to do something dodgy. This was a dodgy repair which was done here. It's not like I'm good in repairs, but if you do something, we have to take into consideration the good side of and the bad side of doing such a move. You have to assess the risk associated with shortcuts. So they fixed the USB here. What I think those wires they are doing, because those wires they are coming from these two power supplies, which I believe is the 3.3 and 5 volts. So what I think the person was trying to bring 5 volts to the USB ports. And he put long wires. At some time the problem emanated from those wires. So I need the charger. What else do we need here? Few screws to hold the motherboard. Just a few to hold up the motherboard. Yes. Now connecting the power supply again. Connecting the power supply again. Let's see now. Let's connect the power supply like before. We need 19 volts here. 19.29. 4 amps is too much. 3.5 amps, that should be okay. I'm connecting the power supply. Minus and plus. The power supply is connected and it's taking 16 milliamps, 5286. And we have charging sign. Check here. You can see the orange sign. That's a good sign. Let's see if we have a working laptop here. Let's see. By the fact that you have a charging light, it gives me confidence, On. And the power on light. Fan is spinning and stops. I think they reset the BIOS, so it's coming on and goes off. What about picture? Acer lock, no bootable device, and it's working. Huh? It's working. Obviously, there's no hard drive. So the job is done. So that was like 2 capacitors. You know what is the mystery with the ceramic capacitors? Every job shorted ceramic capacitor, shorted, it's becoming boring. I need something better, you know. But this is beautiful, huh? I never thought I would bring this to life, because it seems as if someone tried to do a lot of things there. 2 ceramic capacitors on the main 19 volts power line shorted to ground. And the second ceramic capacitor, which was shorted like a blown up ceramic capacitor, was under hot glue, and it was an invisible ceramic capacitor. But anyway, this job is done. I'll stop this video now. Like, subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification bell for future updates. Obvious, tomorrow is another day. Bye.